Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
On your chinny chin chin, huh? Yeah, it's Thursday. Cha cha cha, cha cha cha. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Is this thing on?
I believe it's on.
All right, make sure it's on, man. What is wrong with Rico?
Is this still from yesterday?
I mean, what is wrong with him where he's saying all types of crazy rumors?
Oh, it is rumor morning here in the Twitterverse and in Husker country. There's a rumor that something's going to happen today. Now, nobody knows what it is, and it might not be anything. So, but some rumors are going around.
Where did it come from?
There's one rumor going around that we need to beat Minnesota this weekend. So that's my rumor I heard.
I don't think that's a rumor.
That's a must.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
true.
big deal.
Yeah.
We've got to find a way to beat Minnesota.
I don't know. I've been on Twitter. I just got my Twitter account about 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, you're new to Twitter.
I'm not. I was on it before, but it wasn't my style. So now I got it now just to make sure you're glitching, VJ.
Yeah, I see. I'm in the matrix, glitching all over the place here.
It's your voice is fine, so that's the most important. But there he goes. Well, we'll see.
Well,
I'm still here. I'm still here.
I was like, what? We lost the count.
Can't see me now. It's true radio, baby.
Yeah.
How could you guys think you can handle that type of action?
What kind of action?
You can't see me, but you can hear me.
Like John Cena.
Kinda.
It's kind of strange. Well, we will roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll with it. I'm trying to fix stuff. So you guys, you think you could fill in for 5 minutes? Not even 5 minutes, like 50 seconds.
Let's talk about the rumors today, Bach. So what we hearing today?
No, let Rico. No. Where's Rico? Get Rico, because Rico's the one. And then I get the streamline like at 9:59. I'm gonna need you guys to step your game up. We're moving to the new building, guys. 11th and we're on the corner. Limelight. Go ahead, Rico. I mean, you said something about something, and I just want to hear what you was talking about.
What are you talking about?
The rumor.
Oh, we don't speak on rumors.
Oh, you was just telling me.
Yeah, I was just letting you know. We don't speak on rumors until they become factual.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, that's just speculation.
There are speculations and rumors and smoke going around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it by
but nothing quite yet.
Rico, mute yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
So in other news, Steve Nash got fired the other day, man. What do you think about that?
I'm not too surprised by
1 year and a half.
It's a mess with the Nets. Yeah.
I
don't know why it was hired to begin with. I think this is that was I mean, they put together the super team and then they threw in a coach that hasn't coached before. Now I understand he's one of the best point guards of all time. Often point guards translate to be pretty good coaches, but that's kind of strange hire to begin with. And then just for anybody though is balancing those personalities. And,
the rumor is that Boston coach, they're going to try to buy him out and get him back because he came from there. So that's probably
still on brand for the Nets, though. I mean, they've got a mess in the locker room, and they're going to add another mess in the head coach.
Well, Kyrie's a nut.
Come on, guys. You got to have, again, in every situation, you got to have a game manager. I mean, they don't have. If you get those three big egos in the building, you got to have somebody to manage the egos, and not afraid of the egos. You can't. I don't care how much money they make. They play for this team, the Brooklyn Nets. So as a coach, you got to be able to reel the players back in and let them know, hey, this is the way it's going to be. This is the offense we're going to run. This is the defense we're going to run. Why? Because it's going to make everybody better.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Udoka
I mean, it's
do
not
that.
the coach; it's just the players. They're crazy. I mean, you got what's his name?
Kyrie.
Kyrie. He don't know. He don't know what he want to do. He's about like Kanye West. They they both just making stupid remarks and saying just hateful things, and you got to get away from that. And then Simmons, oh my God. It's like KD out there playing by himself, man.
Yeah,
that's
he's getting older.
Yeah, and he's getting older. I thought maybe him and LeBron would team up, and try to take down LeBron and the guy from Kwame Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard,
yeah. I thought maybe they'll team up to take down the Golden State guys.
Maybe Chris Paul, he's an old head.
Yeah, but he's doing good at
Phoenix.
Yeah. So you don't mess with nothing that ain't bad though. So
yeah.
And then I want to talk about one more thing, Captain. Since we still talk, I want to talk about some college football rankings for the BCS came out.
I like how you still call it the BCS. That's I love the BCS. That would be my preferred.
We got
it's just college football. Playoff.
Tennessee number 1, Ohio State number 2, Georgia number 3, Clemson number 4, Michigan number 5, and Alabama number 6. So this thing is set up for an SEC team to have 2 teams. I want to tell you right now, the SEC gonna have 2 teams out of this. So
do you have a problem with that? There's a lot of people that don't like SEC bias, but the SEC's winning these playoffs year in and year out.
Yeah.
They were winning before. Like, some people like say you're SEC homer or something like that. First of all, I'm not from the South. I did not, I just recognize the SEC has been the predominant conference for the last 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, because they get freshmen in that's developed and they help them out and then they play them. So that's the thing, down there. I mean, it's a running league, really. It's more running. I think it's stronger than the Big Ten running wise too. But at the same time, they got great athletes, and so do Ohio State. And I like the thing that Mickey said about recruiting the other day. He said, we're not trying to recruit with Minnesota, Iowa, or somebody else. We're trying to recruit with Ohio State. And that's what you want. You want the guys that fit your system, and either it's a 3-star, a 4-star, a 5-star, or whatever you can get, But at the same time, I like the quote he made about recruiting. So he's trying to recruit the best, not just somebody who just want to come here.
Travis in Lincoln says this. Luke Fickell announcement incoming. You think that's got any merit, Bach?
I don't think so. Again, you don't want to talk about different rumors, but part of the rumors that are going into it, if you want to address that, is I don't think an acting head coach would be announced today. So that would make zero sense.
Okay, so let me give you some more reasons why it would make zero sense. Number 1, Luke Fickell just agreed in February to a new $5 million per year deal through 2028 with Cincinnati. Now, do you think he's getting ready to be like, yeah, I'm a bounce. I'm gonna get up out of here on that. $5 million to coach Cincinnati, which Cincinnati is balling.
Yeah, they're about to move to the Big 12.
That's all I'm saying. So Luke Fickell out. Give me another coach you think and why, and I might agree with you. But if you don't give me the right answer, I'm going to dispel all this Luke Fickell stuff. Over with. Done.
Yeah, and whether it's today or moving forward, again, I think if it's an acting head coach, you're gonna have to wait till Black Friday to make any announcement if that's the route they go. That's why a lot of people would think if it was announced before and it was Matt Rule, who is a guy that's been rumored for Nebraska, he does not have a head coaching position right now. I guess that could be done before, but I mean, you're very limited in your kind of, I guess, perspectives with which coach would be announced before the end of the season.
Well, I'd rather have it now. So if you're gonna give me MJ the job, I say give it to him now. Let's shock the world. Let's get some recruits rolling in. Because I tell you, once these kids hit this, oh man, you're not gonna be able to shut the door on kids wanting to come here to play for this guy. Because I can guarantee you, we're gonna get some kids from LSU. We're gonna get some kids from everywhere that want to come here because of Coach MJ, and not just Matt Rule. I tell you that. So
yeah, I mean, obviously Mickey, that could be announced at any time too. If it is, if they do decide on Mickey, you don't have to wait for a
And I
certain
think that's
timeline for that.
and I think that's a boost for the Nebraska in recruiting wise. They made their decision, and
Yeah, if
his
you do it
name is
earlier.
out there. His
Yeah.
name is out there, and so you go ahead, I'm telling you, it'll be this shocking to me to name Matt Rule head coach. I wouldn't like that move.
Now
the
other thing to do, and Mickey, okay, like I want to be careful when I say this because recruiting obviously very, very important, and Mickey, that's his strength. But I think too, when we talk about recruiting, we talk about building this program up. Yes, it's important to get the recruiting class, the long-term fix, start going. But I think if you're talking about whether it's Mickey Joseph, Matt Rule, or Luke Fickell or anybody, these days it's the transfer portal. The transfer portal is going to be very important, and so that usually is going to be after the season as well. So I mean, you could help. I just think that when you talk about getting a jump on recruiting, I agree with you. If you know it's Mickey Joseph, that is an aspect that it could help. If you've got your 100% trust, if you've got everything worked out, then go with it. But I do think that jump in recruiting is less important than it has been in past years, just because the transfer portal is going to be more important, and that's going to have to wait.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt Rule, let me tell you why. Okay, I told you I'm going to dispel all these rumor mills and why. Matt Rule, $40 million to take a hike from Carolina Panthers. That's what he got. Do you? Okay, I just can't see. I can't see why he would come to Nebraska for a rebuild. You got to remember, this is a rebuild from the foundations, just like we're building that new facility. Okay, that might be you can kind of look at that and look at this. We're building a new facility. You don't start from the roof. You start from the foundations. The big bulldozers come in. They start digging, and they got to dig the foundation first and set that first and then build up. Unless you're in for a long haul, and when I say a long haul, I just means you got to get some serious recruits, and you got to do some serious, what do they call that? Development. You have to. You're going to have to go to the JUCO ranks. You're going to have to we can't get, and I'm not talking about any guys that we have. I think all the guys that we have are beneficial to the team that we got right now. But if someone's going to transfer, they got, to me, if they're in the portal, it needs to be a big name in the portal. If you get somebody, it need to be somebody that can be a difference maker. Not a person that can be average, or even if they're a starter, they're not making plays, so it's still average. I don't know if we should get one-hit wonders anymore. We got to get JUCO kids and kids with time to develop in the system, that if it's Mickey, and I pray that it is, that whatever system he wants to run, he has to get those players in that system in order to be successful.
Yeah, but I think too that in the transfer portal obviously is going to be very competitive. And you're right. You have to do this balance of getting these long-term development guys in there. You've got to get JUCO guys. Don't forget about that market. Obviously, Nebraska's had a lot of success there in the past. Terrell Farley is probably a good example of that. But I mean, I don't know if I want to think of the transfer portal as just starters, because sometimes you do need depth. I mean, look at Nebraska, where they were with that defensive line, because the transfer portal is going to go both ways, by the way. You're going to lose some guys later than you thought you would. Maybe you don't have time, to make the inroads on go out there and get another long developing defensive lineman in when you need one. So I think the transfer portal is helped Nebraska with depth. It's helped teams across the country. This is the new college football, but it helped Nebraska with depth, and certainly helped them at the top end with the Trey Palmers and Casey Thompsons and so on and so forth.
So Auburn has 4 players in the transfer portal already so far. 4 players, 2 wide receivers, 3 wide receivers, and a tight end. So
we don't need a wide receiver.
Yeah, but it just tell you how fast, they coach got fired. You got 30 days now to pick a school. So they get a free 30-day wait time to pick whatever school they want to go to. So we're going to look at offensive linemen from there. We should look at everything from there, like something to boost our team up, just to get a jump early.
Again, it's got to be a difference maker. It just can't be a guy we have yet to still see O'Shawn.
We want instant starters to come in here and shine. Like some difference makers now.
Yeah, but bro, they gotta be
Yeah, we're
Terrell
not. I'm
Farley
not.
types. They gotta be making plays.
I'm not gonna throw. I mean, I'm not even gonna say anything about Mathis because of that. But we need different type of playmakers. We need some game changers. That's what we need here. We need some guys who gonna, defensive tackles who's gonna throw a lineman off them and get the tackle we need in the backfield. We need fast linebackers that can cover these backs out the backfield. We need. I think we're great at DBs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say we don't need any, but I think they're getting better. We got Malcolm over there. He's going to be better next year. He's still a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
You got Hoosman, he linebacker. He's going to be better next year. So he's a freshman. So you keep building off that momentum right there and keep adding pieces to this puzzle because this puzzle might be fully stocked next year.
I don't know about fully, but I think we'll be stocked. But fully, it takes it should take a cycle. Like, Scott got a cycle. He got 4 years to bring guys in and to develop guys.
Yeah.
And so if you get a 4-year cycle, by your 4th year, there's no excuses because these are all guys that you recruited, you handpicked them, and you said those guys can help this football team in the state of Nebraska win.
Yeah.
And when that doesn't happen, that means, hold on a minute, Terrell, Mr. Blackshirt. That means that when you don't develop them, that you didn't do your job. You didn't do what we paid you to do, which was be a head coach, be a developer, be a leader of young men and older men, just a leader of men, period. I got a question for you. Kmart Steve asked you this stuff. Did the Black Shirt join Twitter because Elon just bought it?
No. No.
You want to pay for
I'm not.
Twitter?
As soon as they start talking about some money, deactivate. See you later. Back to Facebook for free.
Twitter will deactivate in 10.
Yeah. What the thing I'm saying though, VJ, you got spots on this defense that look bright for the future wise. Like I said, Heisman, the freshman at corner. I mean, you still got some young guys back there. I don't know what. Who's the other starter on corner? Is he a senior? Quentin Newsom? Is he a senior?
I think he is
these days.
I think he is though, but I believe he is. I think he was the only one that decided to come back.
So you go and like you said, you got Reimer coming back. You got to start on the off season with these guys. Like you got to start their lateral movement. You got to start work. They got to get faster, stronger, better. Not just come in the same. But something has to change drastically, and to getting these boys to a point where their body can develop and they can develop on the field at the same time. So we need that also.
Quentin Newsom, by the way, a junior. So
junior. So
get him back next year.
You get him back next year with Miles Farmer. He's a junior. So they can only get stronger, and with a new coach, or not even a new coach with. And I guarantee you, if you give MJ the job, he's gonna either keep Fisher and tell him to tighten up on these DBs. You know what I'm saying, or bring his own somebody else in. But at the same time, I feel comfortable about the defense next year. Just a couple of patches you got to patch up. Reimer's back, the other guys, Henrich back, and like I say, you get Ernest that spot next year is his. You let Heinrich and Reimer, they figure it out between them two. You know what I'm saying? And then you just keep going down the board and make it competition. Just don't make it easy for two people to have a spot and they can share one.
Mm-hmm. Dusty says this. Mickey would be the only acting head coach that could be announced and maybe would being removed as OC. Chase B, unless they're announcing that Mickey is the coach, so Arizona State doesn't get a shot. Is Vokalek? Is this Vokalek? Is this it for Vokalek?
His senior year, yeah. There aren't too many seniors, but Vokalek's one. Devin Drew, Oliver Martin, Chancellor Brewington.
Oh no, not him. I wish he had one more year.
Yeah,
that kid's coming to his own.
And you gotta think, what do we have behind him? That not that we don't, but that's developed. You see? When you think about that, at tight end is going to be a position that one of those young guys are going to really, really have to get in the weight room. They're going to have to devote their bodies. They're going to have to to get to learning different techniques when it comes to blocking. They need to get their leverage down. There's a lot of things that have to happen in the offseason in order to ensure that we have a great tight end room. Because after Vokalek, you got Chancellor. He's got one more year too.
No, Chancellor's senior.
No, I think he got a year back. I'm thinking he got a year back.
Well, he's listed as a senior.
No, right. No. I think he is a senior. You're right. This is it. So that's what I mean. Look at that. You've got a potential for a tight end room that has been strong for these last 4 or 5 years to maybe be not as strong because we don't know necessarily have we developed them all the way. And listen, I think Coach does a great job, but I think the injuries to help me out.
Fedoni.
Yeah, I think the injuries to Fedoni kind of, because he was a big-time recruit, and I think those injuries kind of slowed him down in his development. Anytime you get hurt and you're not out there, that's what that'll do to you.
Yeah, Nate Borkacher's got a lot of looks this year at tight end, though, too, so he's probably would be your projected starter if we're looking at next season.
Block Shobe on YouTube.
Say it again.
Block Shobe, whatever the heck his name, Shahibu. I don't know who he is. He could be the Taliban. Block him.
All right.
Go ahead, Terrell.
Oh, I was looking at that PK. All right. We're at 93.7 the ticket. I'm with the captain. He's in the red room today, and then I'm with
Bach.
So we'll be back after these messages.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers. Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket. Get an immediate look back at the game from the people who know it best. It's the Tanner's post-game show and the final word live from Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Hear from former players and national champions like Jay Foreman, Rashawn Jackson, and Aaron Davis and see what they saw in that day's game. It's the Tanner's post-game show and the final word, live and in person, home or away at Tanner's Bar and Grill, brought to you by Bauer Infrastructure. Only here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Mary Ellen Food for the Soul and Gato Comedy Syndicate present Big Comedy Energy, November 11th and 12th, featuring headliner Corbin LeMaster.
If you don't know, cultural appropriation is like if you're not black, you can't have cornrows. If you're not Asian, you can't use chopsticks. If you're white, you can't score a touchdown.
4 shows, November 11th and 12th at 7 and 9:30, and Mary Ellen's at 27th and Pine Lake. Tickets are $15 in advance or $25 at the door. For more information, find the event on the Mary Ellen's page on Facebook.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You want to join a team of industry leaders, a team where you can learn and grow, a team that treats you right. Well, don't hesitate to look at all the great career opportunities at Acres Equipment, the largest John Deere dealer network in Nebraska. We offer industry-leading wages, state-of-the-art benefits, and a great culture that focuses on both our customers and our employees. Find your next career opportunity at acres.com/careers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 9th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are cooking here in Louisville. We are really hitting on all cylinders right now, and deals are off the charts. We've got a lot more new 2022 and 2023 Chevrolet and GMC inventory than we've had in a long time. So make sure you check us out online, or do even better, stop on in the store and let us show you one in person. Our pre-owned lot is plumb full, so take that short money saving drive down 144th Street, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
In your busy life, very little is free, but your next home might be a bit less than you think with a free appraisal from Security First Bank. Free home appraisals from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Offer valid through December 31st, 2022 on secondary market new home purchase loans only. One free appraisal per transaction. Appraisals paid for by lender at closing. Subject to lender qualifications. See lender for details. NMLS number 505011.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Expect increasing cloud cover, but still warm and windy conditions. We'll see a high of 75, south winds gusting over 20. We'll have a chance of scattered thunderstorms this evening into tonight with a low down to around 40. We'll continue with a chance of rain tomorrow, much cooler with only a high of around 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh man, I thought that was Santa Claus or somebody. What's going on right there?
Shout out to Coach Whipple. I shout out all my pictures I got. See, now I know what I'm doing.
You should have
Coach Flipper, because he flipping passes all day.
I say you should have just given a secret right there. Hey, run the ball, coach, run the ball.
Yeah, that was early. See, I had
By the
full
way,
beard going.
the press conference started today, the weekly press conference where all the the rumors were having someone's going to go on. I don't know if it is, but so far it seems like a normal press conference. Mickey says Casey is day to day, so still kind of a game time decision.
Yeah, I mean, again, of course, he gives you the best chance to win because you can open the playbook. But if he's hurt, I think you want to go with somebody that's 100%. And if you have to, if he has to come in a backup role, I think that gives you a good, mix up. If you hold Casey, see what whoever you go with, either Logan or Purdy, and see what they're going to do. If they have success, stick with them. Keep your guy out because you got 3 more games you got to deal with. But if they struggle, and you have to go to them, then you go to them. But I wouldn't play them. I don't think playing them hurt is the best thing for Casey in the long run, especially when you're dealing with an elbow. And so I just think that, we got to be smart with how we handle Casey. I really do. I think we can't be too gun-ho to get a win that we put him in a worse position that he already was in. And then you get him hurt, and now you got a bigger issue because now a guy that can come back and help you next year might be nursing an injury come spring, and that's never good. So I think that we should go with whoever the hot hand is in practice, whoever it's been, and see what they can do and give them an opportunity to be successful. Put them in the best position. If you got Logan, you should be running some stuff that's going to help him. Quarterback draws, bootlegs. You got to run easy throws. We got to run some slants. You got to run easy throws for Logan so he can get into the game and then take a shot deep. If you got Purdy, I think you still have to run the ball. We've talked about it. We've talked about running the ball, but we haven't shown that we wanted to make an effort to run the ball. I want us to make an effort to run.
And Coach Whipple did say the other day there's a good chance that both Jubba Purdy and Logan Smothers play Saturday. Do you have what would you think about a 2-quarterback system? Kind of having, they can do what they want in practice and see how it's going, but as far as the game goes, give them each a series here and there. 2-quarterback systems usually not a big fan of, but if there's not necessarily a guy in the lead of that group, and to be honest, at least so far, neither of them have jumped out to look that way. I mean, I guess this is a case where I wouldn't hate it until you see maybe who has the advantage against Minnesota. Maybe it's just somebody who can play better against Minnesota.
I mean, neither guy has been thrown into the fire. I mean, they've been thrown into the fire. They haven't started a game, from start to finish. So I don't know necessarily that I necessarily buy that argument, because I think if you give a guy the start, let him start the game, let him lead the team, let the players understand that this is the guy. Today the guy is him. Until we go say otherwise or do something else, this is the guy. Protect him at all costs.
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm still gonna say Casey's gonna be out there until they tell me he's out. I'm still gonna hope Casey rolls with it and probably give the running quarterbacks a chance to get a couple of snaps in. I'm just gonna roll with Casey until they really tell me he's out. He's gonna sit out of practice anyway because he's day to day. But come Friday, I think he'll throw it around tomorrow. I think he just probably hit his funny bone real hard. That's why it probably went kind of numb. And you get that feeling back after a couple of days, and he probably be good. We don't know yet. So, but until they name him not the starter, I'm still gonna think he's gonna play.
I hope so. I think he gives us the best chance to win. I mean, you got to take your hat off to what Casey has done, despite the odds, despite not having the best line, right? He still overcame. He's been hit, over 100 and something times. That's a lot of times to get hit, man. I didn't get hit that much. Terrell, we know you didn't get hit that much, right?
I made 62 tackles, so that was 62 times I hit somebody.
The key word is you didn't get hit. It's different when you are. Listen, we always talked about this, and I would have probably played linebacker if I would have known this back then. Be the hammer, not the nail. I would much rather be the guy with 10 other guys running around trying to get one guy with the ball than be the guy with the ball that 11 guys are trying to kill.
Well, this day and age, these running backs are bringing the pain to the DBs and linebackers. So you better watch out who you lower your head against. Sometimes it just might just be good just to take them down instead of trying to take the kill shot, because that kill shot might turn around and be your kill shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot different.
When you have your mouthpieces hanging, I can understand you getting it took to you. You'll never see. Have you ever seen a running back with his mouthpiece hanging?
No.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. So if you ever seen a running back with his mouthpiece hanging and you wonder why running backs are destroying corners, because I think those mouthpieces got something to do with hitting hard. It's just me. I could be wrong, but I can tell you I'll hit you much harder with a mouthpiece in than with a mouthpiece out. Why do boxers wear mouthpieces?
Not to get their jaw broke or
Keep
their
the teeth all
knocked
together.
out.
I mean, and to all my boxing people who understand boxing, why do boxers wear mouthpieces? Because those are two great valid reasons they wear them.
Not to talk like Leon Spence, you know what I'm saying?
He said, we said, yeah.
And then
That's true though.
Yeah.
You know, Leon passed away in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of them Spinks passed away here in Nebraska. He made this his home. So I think in Lexington, somewhere out there. I don't know. I don't know for. I'm not. Don't quote me. I don't know this for a fact, but I know one of the Spinks was here in Nebraska somewhere. So, let's just get back to a couple of these because I think this is good stuff. Sanderson 10-2 says, if you're announcing anything before Black Friday, it's Mickey or a coach who doesn't have a job currently. See, I think we should not make rumors. It's not going to work. Travis and Lincoln says Lane Kiffin. First, he's Luke Fickell. Now he's Lane Kiffin. Travis, make your mind up. You're just trying to throw the captain off for a loop. Now, if it's Lane Kiffin, Travis and Lincoln, tell me why. Why Lane? Anybody go Lane? Are you a Lane guy, Bob?
I would love Lane Kiffin. I feel like he's a little bit outside of Nebraska's reach. Ole Miss, the only problem with Ole Miss, I suppose, that you would have down there is they're not getting the. I mean, he's complained about crowd support, which obviously, that's a complete opposite at Nebraska. But yeah, Lane Kiffin, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that's a lateral move, and I feel like I just don't see it happening. So he was born in Lincoln.
I don't care where he was born at. I told you, I'm dispelling all these rumors about these coaches. How much does Lane Kiffin make?
Quite a bit.
Probably about $8 million.
7.5. Give me a reason he'll come and rebuild at Nebraska. Okay.
10.
Why he want to go down? Why go down? I want to go up.
He's making 7.5.
He was 8-1. Why go down to the dweller and he already up by the ceiling? So why? Why is that? That's a no cause. That he has to be the stupidest coach in America if he makes that choice like that.
If you go to Auburn or LSU, I think there's a bigger ceiling than at Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss and Nebraska probably have similar ceilings. I mean, I'd love for Nebraska to be what they were back in your guys' day, but there's going to be a lot of work to get there, and there's going to be a lot of work to restore to get the glare back for people to believe that you can win like you can in the Midwest. I mean, just like I was talking about with the SEC, he's in the SEC. He's in Ole Miss. That's a conference that's dominated college football. Trying to win in the Midwest, that's a tall task.
Yeah, I get. You guys ever wonder why I got Whipple next to me?
I don't know, but I wish you'd take him off.
Oh, stop!
He scares me.
Stop it!
Stop
it! Whipple will whoop you with the Whipple.
He can't
hit
even
you with a Whipple ball.
He can't even walk. How you gonna do something?
He'll hit you with a Whipple ball.
That's a lie.
It's the truth. Because I think this week is going to be all on Whipple. I hate to do it, but I'm saying there's pressure because he doesn't have. Hopefully, we have Casey. I'm speaking to Casey hasn't practiced, and he's not going to be there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to what I've been listening to. I don't know if he's going to be there or not. I hope he's going to be there because it gives us the best chance to win. But 100% of Logan, 100% of Purdy gets us in position. Now, when you talk about these menus, play menus, these play menus are going to have to be used, and they're going to have to come. Like Terrell says, the light switch has to be on, and it has to stay on. Period. We gotta outcoach all the time. Oh, you guys didn't have nothing to say to that, huh?
Well, I would, but we probably should throw it to breaks.
You need to get on you need to get on it, Bach.
I know he kind of slow. He's scared about what games I got tomorrow, so that's scaring him.
No, I got a little bit to say, especially about Whipple and Casey Thompson, because turnovers are going to be important one way or the other. Casey can make up for some of his turnovers. I don't know if those other quarterbacks can. That being said, this game plan is going to be interesting if you play Casey too, because you got to protect him as well as you can. You almost expect a few turnovers or at least a turnover from Casey per game now, too. He's got 10 interceptions on the year.
Roll him out.
Well, you can't. Yeah, roll him out, but you can't
roll
say
the boat.
that Casey can overcome turnovers because I don't think so.
He can more so than Purdy and Smothers is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but we got to play a clean game, man. We got to, in order to win as a team, we have got to play a clean game, and that's how we win. It's the captain, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back. Chicken sandwiches.
Maximize your savings with Bryant. Bryant offers efficient heating and cooling system options to help you save on your monthly utility bill. If you act now, their team will secure all available rebates to maximize your savings. Hurry, these rebates are for a limited time only. Call Bryant. Ask for a free estimate to save and improve your comfort. 467-1111. Online at BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Chances are you haven't started thinking about holiday shopping yet. Chances are your holidays will be much less stressful if you could do all of that shopping in one place. Chances are you can have all that shopping done today with the help of Beatrice Bakery. Pick up Grandma's fruitcakes in sizes all the way up to 5 pounds, and you can sit back and relax this year. Order now at BeatriceBakery.com or buy them here in Lincoln at the From Nebraska gift shop at 8th and Q. Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
In your busy life, very little is free, but your next home might be a bit less than you think with a free appraisal from Security First Bank. Free home appraisals from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Offer valid through December 31st, 2022 on secondary market new home purchase loans only. One free appraisal per transaction. Appraisals paid for by lender at closing. Subject to lender qualifications. See lender for details. NMLS number 505011.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are cooking here in Louisville. We are really hitting on all cylinders right now, and deals are off the charts. We've got a lot more new 2022 and 2023 Chevrolet and GMC inventory than we've had in a long time. So make sure you check us out online, or do even better, stop on in the store and let us show you one in person. Our pre-owned lot is plumb full, so take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a Ready Next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul and Gato Comedy Syndicate present Big Comedy Energy November 11th and 12th, featuring headliner Corbin LeMaster.
If you don't know, cultural appropriation is like if you're not black, you can't have cornrows. If you're not Asian, you can't use chopsticks. If you're white, you can't score a touchdown.
4 shows November 11th and 12th at 7 and 9:30 at Mary Ellen's at 27th and Pine Lake. Tickets are $15 in advance or $25 at the door. For more information, find the event on the Mary Ellen's page on Facebook.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop.
The fastest 2 hours in radio. You look up and it's gone. That's what we need. Big dogs. You know when you go to a house and the dog just get to barking and he got one of those deep ruff, ruff. You think twice before you come into the house. You think twice. And so we gotta understand, we gotta protect the house. We have to protect where we lay our head, where we do business, and that's Memorial Stadium. And I think the guys are fighting hard. We've got to put an entire 3 key components together in order to win. Offense, defense, special teams. Period. All 3 phases of that game we have to win in order to win against Minnesota. If we win it all 3, I think we'll everybody in the building would have the best time of their life because it's an early game. But that's if it's an 11 o'clock game, that's a long time to think about that down in Lincoln.
Well, they still be, kicking off early. You don't have to. Don't you think the later games? That's more the time when you kind of thinking, you're waiting. Different players have different, favorite times or whatever. But I know a lot of guys don't like the night game. You just kind of wait all day. You're kind of watching football, just with the wait.
Yeah, I like 2:30 games, 3 o'clock, 3:30 games. So it doesn't matter. 11. I like 11 o'clock games too. Just go ahead and get it over with. And I'm not big on night games because the long wait. That's just like waiting forever. But I'm more like a 12 o'clock guy, 11 o'clock guy. So it doesn't matter as long as I can get my motor started. I'd rather have it started in the daytime rather at night.
Yeah, y'all smell that?
Chicken sandwich.
You smell it? What kind you got?
What kind did you get yesterday?
The spicy. VJ got me.
That was the hot.
The hot. Yeah.
That was the hot. Was it good?
Yeah.
I can't do hot stuff. I mean, I had my stomach all ways turned up.
Well, I had the Cajun wings though.
Yeah, okay. So let me get
same thing with the corn though again.
Did you? I didn't get the corn. We forgot the corn.
I did.
Oh, you held out on me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because you got your stuff late. www.wingstop.com. You can order right now and get your stuff ready to go. So as soon as you walk in the door, you get out of the work at 11. It's ready to go at 11:05 when you go pick it up at one of our 3 locations: 50th and O Street, 29th and Pine Lake, or 28th and Superior. You think we can do that where I say 50th and O and you guys do the other 2?
29th and Pine Lake.
28th and Superior.
There it is. All right.
Yeah, really
now,
cool,
when I say it, be ready. Okay.
Okay.
Be ready. Don't be messing around here. Okay. So get to the Southern Haven text line because it is open and we are loaded with them. Right now, 1980 says this: sometimes the best things are right in front of you. And I believe that's MJ. 2979 says, "Hey guys, great show as usual. I am wondering if they bring in Urban Meyer. Here we go.
Here we
How
go.
many years into the program is elite? I'm thinking that that would take a year and a half, 2 years. Now give that amount of time to Mickey Joseph, and what will we have? Thanks, Peter. Oh, see, he threw me for a monkey wrench. That's why you should read the whole statement before you say something. I mean, what do you think they'll give him, Bob? If they brought Urban Meyer in, what would be the contract?
Oh, well, I mean, I think they'd give him, the standard contract. It'd be worth a lot. It would be one of the highest paying contracts in the nation, but everybody's kind of got that 5-year deal. And now you might get, you might add a few years to that with somebody of his magnitude, but yeah, I think he'd turn the program around pretty quickly. He's done so at all his other stops. You can't necessarily hire him based on just what he's done. You got to make sure he's still in the right mindset and after the Jacksonville debacle. But, that's pro football. I think in college football, he's one of the best of all time. So, I don't think it would take too long. Mickey, I think as far as that timeline goes, it's hard to guess that because he hasn't had the chance at a place like Nebraska to get it going. Like, my thing with Mickey continues to be, and I know it's probably less so after Trey Palmer finished with 1 yard this last game. But if he can get a few Trey Palmers in, that can make a big difference, and not just a wide receiver, just across, littered across the roster. That could make a big difference, especially in the Big Ten West, where a lot of these games seem to be decided by a few playmakers.
Okay, so Jay and Lincoln says this, and I'm gonna let the black shirt head this one up. Why are you so dead set on Mickey? I've seen some bad decisions, scheme issues, and lack of wins. If Whip was in Mickey's position, would he be getting the same support? If he was doing all the same things as Mickey, I just don't see it yet. What will you be saying if we get boat race this weekend? Not against him. I'm just not convinced. Just win.
Well, first for the offensive plays, it is Whipple who's calling offensive plays. So it's not what situation will Whipple be in because it's already a situation he in now. Now, the thing Mickey brings is that, it's more about the kids and more about the new coach you want or the big name coach you want. These kids are getting they're really loving Mickey. They play for him, and when a kid get on your side, then he gonna run through a brick wall for you. When a kid don't want to play for you, they're gonna do as much as little to play hard, or they're just gonna do average. So and then plus it recruiting. You got to give this guy a chance of bringing his staff, his people, his system. This is not even Mickey's system you're talking about right here. First of all, this is Whipple's system. So Mickey would change it to probably pro style, run, running. Because, why would he go out right now and get a 5'9", 225-pound guy to commit, and he's a running back. So we're planning on running the ball. It's just, why, you don't want to change stuff like it was easy to change the defense. You change the offense in the middle of the season. Hey, you're back. What you gonna run? Just some little league plays. These kids got to learn the audibles, who to block, who to when you audible, what to look out for, what blocking scheme. So right now it's impossible to change to what we're doing. But I know I would like to see us run more, but that's on Whipple. So everything going. This is Whipple's right here. This is the Whipple effect.
But that's going to be part of Mickey Joseph, and I agree with you. It's not. I've been saying this for a while too. It's not a completely fair look at Mickey Joseph, but it is a look at Mickey Joseph. That's going to be part of his style as coaching. Is he's going to have to rein his offensive coordinator in. Now it'll be much easier to do if he's got like a relationship with the guy. I'm sure whoever he'll bring in would be they'd have worked together before, so maybe there is still something to that. But that's part of his job. If he's going to be kind of the CEO, recruiting head coach, you gotta rein in your coordinators. So he's got to rein Whipple in. And I think especially if we don't see Casey out there, if they go out there and throw the ball all over the yard and have 4 interceptions, that's not going to look good on Whipple or Mickey Joseph, because Mickey's got to be able to get Whipple reined in a bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, these guys came here at the same time, so they only been knowing each other probably 8-9 months at the most. So there's a difference between that. You got to get to figure a guy out. You want to know if you can say something to that guy, is he gonna be able to take it? So Mickey don't know if because Scott wasn't here long enough to give Whipple the business anyway. So you don't know how he's gonna take the backlash you throw at him, or the tongue the tongue lashing. So, you know, you got to watch yourself on that end too, though.
VJ, think of this. If you hire Mickey, our current players stay here. Mickey's going to hire his staff, and if there's like Mickey's kids will love them, transfer here with him. If you hire Mickey, I don't see this as a rebuild as much as if you hire an outsider and lose 20 current players in the process. That's Anthony. Good take. Greg and Lincoln, enough with the quick fix. There's a reason these kids are in the transfer portal. Many of them jump from school to school because they don't want to spend the time developing. Find the kids that fit the culture. Don't change the culture to fit the kids.
Yeah, good one.
Greg and Lincoln. I like that, Greg. Wet blanket. 5 and 7. NU has to use different offensive game plan with Purdy and Smurfs. If Thompson isn't practicing, NU has to prepare the game plan to be without him. Even if his condition improves late in the week, the game plan is in place, and it's Purdy's and Smothers' game plan. Byron.
That's not true.
What? What's not true?
Well, whatever he just said, because
Go ahead.
it's plenty of times that quarterbacks have, teams are prepared for a backup, but at the end of the day, the starter start feeling better.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's basically saying you have to use a different game plan with Purdy and Smothers. If Thompson's not practicing, this is what I was saying earlier. If Thompson's not practicing, you gotta go with what you got, man. You can't practice like, I'm gonna practice as if Casey's gonna play, and you don't know if he's gonna play. It's a game time decision. I just think that you got to get these guys ready to play a full game if you had to go with them. That's it. Byron, Breezy, 7482-6573, 2024, Travis and Lincoln, Gene and Lincoln, all yours after the break. It's the captain on the ticket. Wingstop Chicken.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 9th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
In your busy life, very little is free, but your next home might be a bit less than you think with a free appraisal from Security First Bank. Free home appraisals from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Offer valid through December 31st, 2022 on secondary market new home purchase loans only. One free appraisal per transaction. Appraisals paid for by lender at closing. Subject to lender qualifications. See lender for details. NMLS number 505011.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Lose fat, build muscle, gain endurance. Whatever your goal, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help you achieve it. Farrell's offers group fitness for all levels in a fun, welcoming environment. Their proven method combines kickboxing, cardio, and strength training to get you in the best shape of your life. You've heard all about their 10-week challenges, but you can join as a member anytime. Head to fxbeatlincoln.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or just south of 78th and Pioneers.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a ready next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppell Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
I'm here. I'm just looking for another picture for my background.
Was that your dog, the last picture?
That's my dog's dad.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to put one up. Yeah, Thor's dad.
Oh, okay. Cool. How's Thor doing these days?
Thor's good. He's growing.
Yeah.
Thor's getting bigger and bigger by the minute. I'm telling you. I'm like, how's this dog eating all his dog food? I got poop everywhere in the yard. There's Thor.
There he is.
There's Thor. That's him.
He's a good dog.
All right. So listen. Let's get to these texts because it's some good stuff coming. Whoever we hire, I support. Can't get worse than Frost. Ouch.
Unfortunately, he's pretty much right. Yeah.
Yeah. 7482 says this. So their tongues won't end up on the ground. Their tongues. Could you imagine if you hit somebody at the top of your head and you bite down on your tongue? Oh my gosh. That type, I've done that before. You know, you've eaten and bitten on your tongue. But could you imagine if you bite down hard? Oh my gosh. Yeah. 6573 says you get knocked out easier if your mouth is open. 2024 says Lane is not the answer. Travis and Lincoln says, LOL, you're right. Just throwing out names. Nothing is going to happen before the season ends. Honest question, though. If they keep Mickey, any chance his brother comes to coach? I think it might be a possibility. I don't know how much they're paying him. I don't know how that works, but I think that it's a possibility. I think that'd be pretty sweet. You get an NFL coach as defensive coordinator, or one of the coordinators. I don't know with Bill Bush. I think Bill's doing a great job. And Bill's went from special teams, and Mickey knows Bill. He can talk to Bill. So I don't know. I don't know how that works.
For what it's worth, the Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury, that that looks like it might come to an end by the end of the year. So Vance Joseph might be open for a job.
Yeah, you never know. Gina Lincoln says, "What's up, fellas? Man, Whipple is a thing. Last week contradicted Mickey about toughness. This week, who knows? Don't seem like he and the head coach are on the same page. It's a problem. Not a fan." Chase 11-2 says, "How you gonna ask if they smelled that, VJ, if you ain't even in the same city? You know why? Because they can smell the chicken sandwich in Lincoln.
We're pretty close to Wingstop.
What are you talking about? It's close. 2274. Mickey is the truth. Urban is a lie. Look at what Urban did at Grambling. Ask Nate.
I don't know about Grambling.
What did he do?
I don't know about Grambling.
I mean, ham and beans, did you mean another school? Or were you just being funny? Mass Texter says, what does Mickey say to Trev that gets him the job? Look at how the players are playing. Is Terrell asleep?
No.
Oh, you look like you asleep. John said these people need to stop with the Urban Meyer talk. He isn't coming here. Mickey has been busy with recruiting. The offers to JUCO players, he sees what we need and is going to get the best out of our players. Case closed, John. Now, block. They can't block anyway. What do you mean? Kool-Aid man. Purdy can't throw and they can't block. That remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. He didn't do well last week, but listen, man, football is day to day, it's game to game. So I'm not gonna say Purdy can't get it done. I think if you put him in the right position, any quarterback can get it done if you manage the game. You do what you do as a coach, manage the game. Now, some stuff you can't manage, but if you know you don't have the best offensive line, get the ball out of their hands quick. If you know you don't have a best offensive line, try to run some screens, try to run some reverses, do some trick plays. I don't know, do some stuff, do the unthinkable, do the unexpected. I think people respect that. At least you're giving a person the college try. 6153 says, nope. This team is slightly more competitive under Mickey, but he certainly hasn't earned the job. He's probably going to lose the next 4 games, and Trev will rightfully hire someone else outside. Oh, they got no takes. Oh, yeah, and the fullback also. Bring the fullback back. Huh? 7187 says, I've said all along, MJ has brought here to recruit and replace Scott Frost. I think some of these nice recruits we are getting, no Mickey will stay. I felt like this was Trev's plan from the beginning, and hopefully it was. Will be a brilliant decision on his part. 8999 says, I've seen reports that our coaching search may come to an end this week. Have you guys seen this? Is this true? Huh? You guys, who started the rumor?
I'm not sure.
What were you gonna say, Bob?
Well, I mean, again, I don't know. Sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire. Sometimes when there's smoke, it's just smoke. So, I'm not sure. It certainly is a little bit more interesting. I've been waiting for one of these days, because Nebraska's done a good job actually of keeping the coaching search under wraps. Even with the Arizona State job open in less time, we heard something about Mickey Joseph before we really heard something that truly connects any coach to Nebraska. So it's kind of been interesting. Maybe it's just something, like that leaking out that Nebraska contacted. So I'm not sure. I don't want to, again, get into speculation about it. I don't know where it started. It seemed to be just the Twitterverse, reporters acting weird, some sort of combination of that.
You know how I can put this to bed? Go back and listen to our AD, Trev Alberts, tell you what he was going to do in this coaching search. So, We're looking for different coaches. Dion might be on the slate. Luke Fickell. All these guys may be on the slate. Brad says Luke Fickell is the answer. Why, Brad? Why? Nate says the Cardinals defense hasn't looked very good. 0145 says Urban Meyer turns the program around in 2 years. Program under investigation in 3 years, and he'll leave. No thanks. MJ all the way. Peacock Pie says, hey, Captain, with the black shirts always hanging out with Mickey, will he be the new linebackers coach when he gets the job at the end of the season?
No.
You got your answer, Pecan Pie. Luffy says, Nick said Grambling State instead of Bowling Green on the show with Jay.
Oh, okay. Nate said that Urban coached at Grambling. Yeah, that's a bit of a difference.
Big difference. I was, when he said that, I'm like, you might want to check where Grambling is. 7482 says Smothers can run like Crouch and can throw it better. What are we doing? Jeremy the Grill Master. Nate said Urban coach. Okay. Grambling instead of Bowling Green. Jay called him on it. Okay. Good job. They've been better defensively under Bush. Worse offensively, in my opinion. I agree with that, Tyler. I think we have been better defensively under Bush, and I think we've taken a step back offensively. I kind of agree with that because if you really look at it, I get it. We had big plays, but you really didn't sustain anything offensively.
Well, Anthony Grant certainly kind of faded to the background as opposed to early in the season. So the running game.
Downtown Scott says he don't know where the rumor began. It's just a rumor, guys. Don't take it. 1562 says Meyer may not come here, maybe just outbid. But if the option is not seriously explored, then that is a failed search. If you don't look into the best coach available, you fail. Again, Trev said he was going to look at all options. That don't mean that Mickey ain't the best option in the first option. That just means that Trev said, I'm going to look at every option. We're going to look at this thing extensively. And I think, Trev's going to come up with the best available decision that he thinks is best for the University of Nebraska. And that's all you can do, and that's all you can ask for as an AD is to do what's best for the University of Nebraska. Chase B says, maybe some of the coaches would leave their program and come here because Nebraska would be their dream job and how we dominated in the 90s. I think that this is a destination job. I think the next hire has to be around for the next 10 years. It's got to be a 10-year coach. Because to me, 10 years, if you get it going in the next couple and then you start playing for the Big Ten championship in 5, you should be on national contention in 7 to 8 years. And then you got 2 more years to win a championship. That'd be 35 years since Nebraska did it in the last time. Hey, question for you guys. When was the last time Nebraska won a conference championship?
1999.
Dude, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a guy that's got that in mind, we got to get to the top of the totem pole, and you got to have a recruiter for that. We've heard that the cupboards are bare. We've heard that we don't have any talent and all that stuff. Well, you starts with recruiting. You have got to get these athletes that have excelled on a high school level that you can put as a piece to your puzzle to make the machine work better. Period. 9842. Mickey rumored to be talking to ASU. BOR special meeting today. Mickey is the next head coach. What's a BOR meeting?
Yeah, Board of Regents, dude.
Ooh, 9842. Please tell more. Board of Regents meeting. Gotcha. I'm all in on Mickey, but does he have enough relationships to bring in assistant coaches that will be needed? Are you kidding me? You know how many coaches he coached with? Yeah, how many different teams did Mickey coach? Let's start in college. Langston. And then you take your way, Louisiana Tech. You keep going. LSU. Yeah, there's a bunch of coaches that he has coached with and against that I would imagine would love to come in and build this thing back up, because they know what the game plan is. They know what we have to do. They know. 062A says we need a staff of ex-Huskers who know what it takes to win. We lost that years ago when Solich got fired. We lost that. Chase B, last time we won a conference championship was the year I was born. Dang. I mean, I look at that and I'm like, okay, Rico was 5. Nick wasn't even born. Jake was 11, 10. Bach, you were like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I was really into it, so I remember it. But when I was younger, actually, I remember looking up at this, like in 2000, like 10, 11. When I was looking up at the national championships and thinking, it's been too many years since we won a national championship. This is like in the early 2000s. Like, we need to get a 20-something up there on the board.
Okay, let's stop with the foolishness. There's no board of regents meeting today. The rumors are false. Stop with the shenanigans. Thomas and Lincoln says, I was born late that year. Chris said, y'all talking about regent meeting rumors? No, the text line's talking about that. We're reading it. 1044 says, looks like Whipple has checked out. Mickey should just fire him today. Huh? Now, Whipple's an old dog. He ain't checked out. You got to kill Whipple to get him out. Yeah, kill him. Is Terrell asleep?
Fire the head coach, fire the defense coordinator, and fire the offensive coordinator.
Are you moving?
Yeah.
You look like you're asleep.
I'm just into this little rumor thing, just checking the.
Oh gosh. Well, okay.
Hey, look, I bet the guy who started this Twitter rumor is licking his chops right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got to start it now.
Okay. No more rumors. Lots of smoke online. Y'all have a specific reason to not believe it? I don't know what to believe, because I would tell you why I wouldn't believe it, because it hasn't came out of Trev Albert's mouth. How about that one? Yeah, Bob. Turn it up a little, Bob.
You just got Malachi Coleman. You want to lose him that fast?
Yeah, don't forget we got Malachi. We really got a nice recruiting class. Crazy. All these rumors be crazy. Y'all get y'all minds right. Get off them stuff. Crazy. Hey, we got a day in a wake up before it's time to do battle against Minnesota and rowing the boat. Please, we'll put holes all in that boat. Hey, when we get back, who knows what might happen? The ticket 93.7. We'll be right back. I'm with
the black shirt.
I'm with
Fuck.
Be right back.
These streets be walking down the avenue. Crazy.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul and Gato Comedy Syndicate present Big Comedy Energy November 11th and 12th, featuring headliner Corbin LeMaster.
If you don't know, cultural appropriation is like if you're not black, you can't have cornrows. If you're not Asian, you can't use chopsticks. If you're white, you can't score a touchdown.
4 shows November 11th and 12th at 7 and 9:30 at Mary Ellen's at 27th and Pine Lake. Tickets are $15 in advance or $25 at the door. For more information, find the event on the Mary Ellen's page on Facebook.
October often presents all 4 seasons within 1 month. Are you and your feet prepared for the highs and lows? Stop in now to Brown Shoe Fit for a fall sale. Get $10 to $15 off any regular price shoe over $70. Save on dress shoes, athletic shoes, boots, and even hiking shoes. Brown's has great brands like Brooks, New Balance, Clarks, Hoka, Merrell, and more. Some exclusions may apply, so see store for details. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today for their fall sale, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a ready next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Lose fat, build muscle, gain endurance. Whatever your goal, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help you achieve it. Farrell's offers group fitness for all levels in a fun, welcoming environment. Their proven method combines kickboxing, cardio, and strength training to get you in the best shape of your life. You've heard all about their 10-week challenges, but you can join as a member anytime. Head to fxbeatlincoln.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or just south of 78th and Pioneers.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer two of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Wait till I get my money right.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. Hey, Jim P says this. Don't be surprised if team starts running this type of defense, this type of defensive scheme against us from here on out. Also, Minnesota runs a zone run a lot. RD is going to have to focus on beating the zone blocking or their back. He's going to have a really big day. Their O-line is really good at zone blocking. I agree. They are a zone running team. They love the zone, and you got to get off of blocks in the zone. You have to clog up the gaps, and you got to be able to get off of blocks and not let that bowling ball get started. Because if he gets started, it's tough to stop him. That's why I like the Arnold kid. I'm telling you, he built just like, and you watch him run. This Arnold kid is just like that. He's just a bowling ball, just bouncing off. And I really think we got a pretty good doggone good class that is being shaped, because you got some D linemen in there, offensive line. Again, you got to go to I think you got to go not to the transfer portal more so than you have to go to JUCO. You got to get the best JUCO offensive linemen out there that money can buy. That's right. I said that NIL can buy. Don't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the big. I mean, they got to get tackles specifically. I mean, I think they've got to address that issue. Something that was kind of looked over with all the other moves that were happening this offseason is that Nebraska didn't do a great job of that in the transfer portal. And it's difficult to, but at the same time, that was the major problem that held their offense back last year. It's the major problem holding their offense back this year. Once again, a reminder though, you will get Teddy Prohaska back. You will get Nord and Newelli back, who haven't been able to contribute too much to this offensive line. So just automatically there, you're going to get a few of probably your better linemen from the previous year.
Yeah, I think definitely getting Newelli back is huge. That's going to be huge. Just for it just helps your offensive line get better. You know, a guy that's been in the system and a guy that's a hard-nosed guy, pit bull type guy. You need that type of guy in order to you got to dominate the line of scrimmage. I mean, I don't on both sides of the ball, and until we dominate the line of scrimmage, we're gonna have a tough time in the Big Ten. Gonna have a tough time. So, just my little 2 cents is you better go out and get some offensive linemen. You better go out and get some defensive linemen that can get to the ball. I am curious to see what the big fella does. I think with a year of development under Coach Raiola or whoever it is, I think would be good for him to learn and under their tutelage. He's raw. That means he doesn't come already with bad habits. He doesn't know anything. But once he does, I think he's going to be one of the great ones. He's got the potential. He's got the size, and I think he's got the know-how or the want to. And I am so encouraged by him taking it up on himself to go over to the offensive line. You sleep, Terrell?
Nope, just reading.
We're doing a radio show here, sir.
I know, I can hear.
I know, but it requires response.
You're reading Texas, sir.
No, I'm done with the Texas now, sir.
Terrell's caught up in the rumor day.
Yeah, I'm just
get out of the garbage can. Did you hear from Trev Alberts?
No.
Did you hear from Mickey Joseph?
No.
Did you hear from Coach Osborne?
Well, I don't know. He don't work there no more.
Did you hear that Mickey Joseph in the rumor mill, or whoever this rumor is coming? Did you hear from any of those 3 guys?
No.
Well, then it ain't it. Forget about it, guys. Forget about it. It ain't happening. Now, if it does, I'll be the first one to be like, okay, it happened. But right now,
there's nothing to report.
No. The only thing we can talk about is Minnesota and this boat that they're bringing to Memorial Stadium.
Oh, I hate PJ Fleck.
It ain't enough water in Nebraska for this boat. Our guys got to look at this opportunity and seize it. We've got to dig deep. We've got to limit the turnovers. We've got to limit the penalties. We've got to limit the shooting ourselves in the foot by turnovers, by interceptions, fumbles. We've got to limit the missed tackles. We got to gang tackle. We got to fly around, 11 hats on the ball, and we got to get the ball out. I don't know how many times that we've got that turnover that we got where Isaiah for Illinois fumbled the ball just out of the clear blue sky. Mm-hmm. Listen, that was an anomaly. But I'm talking about when have we gotten a turnover where we physically got the ball out. The last one I can remember is when what's our safety name?
Farmer?
Not
Buford?
Farmer. Buford put his
Yeah.
head on the ball, and we got the ball out that time. Other than that, I don't remember us getting a fumble, pulling the ball out. We've got to win the turnover battle. We've got to. We've got to. We've got to
not a
be
whole
find
lot
a
of
way to win.
fumbles this year. I think that could be one thing. And over the years, I suppose, for Nebraska football, it'd be nice to kind of get back to that. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think this week, the way that Minnesota plays, the way that PJ Fleck's going to row the boat in here, it is going to be a game that's probably heavily decided by turnovers. Nebraska is a turnover prone offense, and I think that they would be perhaps even more. Like I said, I think they'd be more damned if they have turnovers with these backup quarterbacks playing than Casey, because Casey can at least make up for it with a deep pass to Trey Palmer. We'll see if these guys can make up for it, and that's going to be the game plan for Minnesota. Is kind of run the ball, control the game flow, and wait till Nebraska beats themselves. That's been the recipe for a lot of Big Ten West teams over the Scott Frost era. Now, I wouldn't say that this is particularly the same type of unit that Scott Frost has had. And for two reasons, not just because Scott Frost isn't here anymore, but because this whole experiment was to kind of change what he was doing there.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to check out for about 5 minutes. You guys keep it rolling. I gotta talk to the plumber.
Okay,
I gotta make sure he gets in. So
Yeah,
hold
like-
on. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, but like I say, Bob, the defense played Illinois' run very well last week, to about the fourth quarter. Now, I know it was a new defense they was probably installed just for that running type. So you give them a second week at it, and, they practice it all week again. I think they get stronger at the run this week. And so you probably want to try to make Minnesota beat you by passing. But, they did a great job of containing the guy from Illinois last week until the fourth quarter. So, that it gives you a little momentum going in this week and see can we get him ready to stop this other guy. Now, I know he's a little bigger than the guy from Illinois, so, you really got to wrap up and put a helmet on this guy. But, like I said, if these guys played like they played last week, I think we can handle Minnesota, but I'm not going to say a prediction like I did last week.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think it's I don't think they're going to overwhelm you. It's similar to Illinois, but I mean, you're not going to win this game scoring 9 points. I mean,
we got to get an offensive presence again.
Yeah.
We got to get Trey involved. We just got to get the whole offense involved in the game. We really need to get Anthony Grant back to running his style of football. I would like to see him these last 4 games, go over 1,000. But the way it looks like, the last 4 games he played wasn't very great for him. So, you got to get this guy started. I think you got to get him started early. That's my effect about Whipple ball is that he's trying to score early. We're trying to run early. So, that's a different concept that the fans have than what he have. See, he wants to throw. We want to run. So,
yeah.
But they need to get Anthony Grant started early, and I think they need to just see how far he can take them to his time to pass. Give him the ball first and second down. Don't put so much pressure on or Purdy or Logan Smothers to make the big throw because they can't. We seen that last week. I don't think a week of practice will make you throw any better than they did. But you got to get Anthony Grant the ball several times, and probably 10 times a quarter to lighten the load off these quarterbacks.
Yeah, they got to find creative ways to get him the ball. Obviously, different ways to get him out in space. I don't know if I trust the coaching staff to do that, but he needs more than 15 touches this week. He had 15 touches last week, averaged about 5 yards a touch. I mean, that's with carries and receiving out of the backfield, but just 12 attempts out of the backfield, that's not going to do it.
No,
especially against a team like this. They're going to grind you out, and like you said, the defense might have done pretty well. But again, this was what right to Brett Bielema's plan. By the end of the fourth quarter, we know the recipe well. Chase Brown was getting, what was 4 or 5 yard gains turned into 10, 12 yard gains in the fourth quarter. That's what Minnesota's going to plan on.
Yeah, but I know Bill Bush had that. I know he played an over defense, and Nebraska never probably played that this year or last year. So it's still new to them. Like I said, if they can keep getting practice on this and they, like I said, they played great last week against the run, just the fourth quarter. But if you could held them like at halftime, I don't think Illinois had 50 yards rushing. So you got to keep it up. You got to keep that same momentum every play to stop these teams, and don't give them momentum. Don't give them the easy first downs. Don't let them just get 10 yards on 9 yards a pop and then want to play on third and fourth down, second and third down, because they only have 1 or 2 yards to go. So you got to stop with the long running plays, cut them out and just let them get 2-3 yards to play. And then that way on third down, you can play your best and then make them punt.
Yeah, and it looks like Tanner Morgan will be good to go for this game. Obviously, he's had success against Nebraska. He's been there forever. He is one of those guys that's in his fifth season now there. It feels like it's been a long time since 2019 when he threw for over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. I don't expect to see that version of Tanner Morgan again. This is kind of an old... the receiving numbers look like the old Nebraska teams, right? The tight end leads the team in receiving yardage. He doesn't even have more than 350 on the year. Then you got some wide receivers in there. Reminder, Chris Ottman-Bell, another sixth-year guy that they were going to rely heavily on, went out earlier this year. So that's certainly kind of, if you can imagine, somewhat, taking Trey Palmer out of Nebraska's offense, that's hurt them. Of course, they've had a better response to it. They have kind of more proven guys to go to, especially in Muhammad Ibrahim, as the backup plan there. But, this is a defense, too, that has struggled at times against a Penn State. So it's not like it's informidable, but it has been solid, basically, for the most part outside of that. I mean, you look at the point total given up in a lot of these games, only 20 to Purdue, 26 to Illinois. So, I think Nebraska can kind of get into that area against the worst offenses, the worst opponents they played. Western Illinois scored 10, Colorado, Michigan State had 7. Like I said, Penn State kind of exposed them, got up to 45, but they're coming off a week where they shut out Rutgers.
Yeah.
And, if Casey Thompson in there, this is the difference that I see. I think if Casey Thompson's in there, you've got a chance to get to that kind of mid-20s with your play action and deep throws and big plays that, behind a home crowd. If Casey Thompson's not in there, I think you're closer to that, lower range where the defense is really going to have to feel the pressure to hold Minnesota down basically below 3 touchdowns, because I don't know if Nebraska's offense is going to get to that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to listen to things about Casey until it's game time, until I really know he out. And then that's when I know to probably switch my hat on to Logan Smothers. But
Mickey basically said he's trying to convince him that he can play. So Casey wants to play.
Casey's a warrior.
Yeah.
I know how he feels. He doesn't want to let his teammates down. So he's going to do everything he can to get back out there and to help lead these kids, and that's and who's to say he's hurt like that? He's banged up, he's bruised. Like I say, he probably hit his elbow and his elbow went numb, and that's that what we call it,
the funny bone,
the funny bone. And I done hit mine before, and it took a couple of days to get better. But I think that's what happened, and I think he'll be ready to go. Now I'm reading on one thing, and it said about this little rumor thing. It says the Nebraska Board of Regents is not meeting today. The board can't meet in an impromptu session. State law requires the board to give advance notice if they are planning to meet. Regents are also not responsible for hiring coaches. So, it's just like you say, you just knock some of that down, and
nothing's better than a Board of Regents meeting rumor, though. You get your ear going.
Yeah. So, we'll just wait to hear everything that plays out today.
Yeah, if it plays out today or throughout the week, there's it is interesting. If Nebraska did, decide to make a head coaching hire, a lot of us kind of expect to, around Black Friday, after Black Friday, right after that, usually is when you would make the announcement. If you truly did make the announcement here or this week, which is just some rumors out there, that would be. That would probably be in large part to dumping Scott Frost early, to getting, a jump start on the rest of college football in your search for your next coach. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it should happen. If you don't, you don't want to just look smart in that way for a week because, hey, there, they push the right buttons to get this guy. you got to look smart in the long run. You got to make sure you got 100% trust in your coaching hire again, because if you're Trev Alberts, this is your big punch. This is what your legacy as an athletic director is. So yeah.
Omar Manning's playing this week.
Is he?
I heard he's back.
Maybe. I guess to me, I don't know.
I don't. He's been sitting out so long, man. I just feel like, it's just, for a kid to be that size and have that kind of body for I just feel like it's going down the drain. Like, I know the kid had a problem where he didn't like practicing. So, it's just things you gotta, it carries over from that old coach regime that they let him do that. So, when you get some coaches get on his butt and make him do things he don't want to do, and then I wish this guy just would have, been starting the whole year off right.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Omar Manning story is interesting. Not yet done, but I suppose for me, if I see anything out of Omar, it'll be kind of a cherry on top. The expectations have dropped to the point that I'm not expecting, a whole lot more out of him. They've got a solid, I think, receiving core without him, as long as, they got a quarterback that can distribute. And we'll see if that's the case.
I like this old slow beat.
Yeah, this is a nice Rihanna here. What we should take a break. The captain is busy, but he'll probably be back as well in time after the break. We'll wrap up the captain coming up next year on the Ticket at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brand.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. October often presents all 4 seasons within 1 month. Are you and your feet prepared for the highs and lows? Stop in now to Brown Shoe Fit for a fall sale. Get $10 to $15 off any regular price shoe over $70. Save on dress shoes, athletic shoes, boots, and even hiking shoes. Brown's has great brands like Brooks, New Balance, Clarks, Hoka, Merrell, and more. Some exclusions may apply, so see store for details. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today for their fall sale, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you can earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedmanlaw.com today.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Expect increasing cloud cover, but still warm and windy conditions. We'll see a high of 75, south winds gusting over 20. We'll have a chance of scattered thunderstorms this evening into tonight with a low down to around 40. We'll continue with a chance of rain tomorrow. Much cooler with only a high of around 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here we go.
Oh yeah. Have we decided on football games?
Not yet. I'll have them ready tomorrow.
You doing all 15?
Yes. Well, I stopped what we was doing. So, no, one's going to be Georgia and Tennessee. So,
Hey, that's gonna be a good one.
yeah, I think Tennessee is actually. I think they're the hottest team in the nation right now. So, I think I'm going to rock with Tennessee on this one.
Not to
Number
steal
one.
your sign, but Liberty, UConn, you can get a ticket for $4.
And Liberty's ranked, ain't they? They 20. Oh, they 25.
$4 tickets, baby.
Ooh,
I hate to steal your shine, Baco, in that. I'm like, wow. LSU, Arkansas.
It's a good game.
Maryland, Penn State. Not a good game. Tennessee plays Missouri. Well, that looks like that is a week in advance. Hold on, let's get back. Make sure you got some good games, man. Don't just do.
I always pick good games.
Don't be like Bach and do the simple Simon games. That we
Oh
know.
no, I don't. No. I pick games
You
that
guys
we use.
go ahead and pick your
I
games,
pick
whatever
games that
games you want to.
I pick
I'm
games
still
that
the
we
champ.
don't watch. that we don't watch, we don't listen for, we don't study. It's not really in the Big Ten. You know, I go to every conference and try to grab 2 games out of each conference.
We got 4 games to pull it together, Rail.
I know. I'm down. I'm 1 down to you, and I'm 9 down to Bach. So I need like
9. Whoa, Bach, you were only up 5. How'd you
Bach
get up
8 in
9
front of
now?
you. He 8 in front of you.
5.
He was only up 5 last week. I told y'all last week didn't count.
No, it counts.
Last week's got to count. You can't lose
Look, man,
and say that it doesn't count.
Man, it don't count.
Yeah, you're not gonna escape like that, dude.
Well, where's the original paper?
I wrote the original stuff down.
It was disposed.
I mean, he
of.
went
Couldn't
if
find
he
it.
went back on tape and got it. VJ, it's
Yeah.
written in words. So.
You go back on tape and you can count the same numbers up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like
It
a little
sounds
kid
good.
who get his way. It doesn't count.
I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Yeah.
And we
You
can't
guys
play.
don't. You guys don't play right. You guys are
You're not
cheating.
taking that. You're not taking that ball home.
What about Florida, Texas A&M?
I don't know yet. I gotta look at some more exciting games.
Iowa, Purdue. I'm gonna have my 5 games too. I ain't.
Oh,
You guys aren't gonna stack the deck. Let me ask you a question. And Bach, if I'm talking too much, just tell me, okay? If I'm stealing all your thunder. But I just happened to find this page. Texas Tech versus TCU. Guess how much the tickets start at?
$30.
Oh,
Is it cheap for a TCU?
come on, man.
$15.
Terrell, we are not in Columbus, Georgia.
Well, Fort Valley, Albany State's played this weekend.
We're not in Columbus, buddy. You got $15 ain't gonna get you in the game.
$45.
We're not in Wayne State.
$97.
No.
$80.
No, keep going up.
$150.
No.
$200.
Yes.
Whoa.
For what? Man, just
TCU, they're going crazy down there in Fort Worth.
They're raping people.
Starting at 200.
Oh my!
Who are they
God.
playing?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. That's all right. I mean, Texas Tech's a solid team, but they're still like
That's going to be on it. You know, I put TCU on there every week.
It's on Fox.
Big TCU guy.
Yeah, I've been rocking with them all year. They
It's
guaranteed me.
Like
Like Alabama, guaranteed.
Yeah.
One time out of
One time of the year might be wrong, but
Marshall and Old Dominion, though, you can get a little. Ooh, Tennessee, Georgia.
Yeah.
What do
yeah,
you
that's
think that?
expensive.
Ooh, who you taking in that game, black shirt?
I said I told you I'm gonna go. I'm leaning towards Tennessee right now because I think they're the hottest team in the nation right now.
Bandwagon.
I think they. I'm not a bandwagon. I'm a realist about football. That's not bandwagon.
You're a bandwagon.
You asked me to pick. No, you asked me to pick one, and I picked the better team. And I think Tennessee is the better team. And Hooker looks good. He's a Heisman front runner right now, and they got a great combination of running and receiving. So, you know, that's a great team. And I don't think Georgia offense is going to be able to keep up with Tennessee offense. I don't know how Georgia defense is going to do because they haven't really, you know, Missouri was the last team that scored a lot of points on them. So I'm looking at it this year like Tennessee's going to get it.
Is this the same guy that came in with a Georgia Bulldog shirt?
Hey, I have
wow.
Let me tell you something. For me to know like this, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not going against Georgia. I'm just saying who's gonna win. You know, but I'm betting.
You're cheering for Georgia.
I'm cheering for Georgia, but when I know football, I know who's better than who right now, and I think that Tennessee is better than Georgia.
Okay. Michigan State, Illinois. And by the way, man, that's a nice little pullover you got there. But Michigan State, Illinois.
Illinois. Or are you guessing the ticket price?
Who you like?
Well, we just put them in the game and don't go ahead and talk about it right now.
Whatever.
I like Illinois.
Yeah.
Brett Bielema. You know I like Brett Bielema.
Is LSU number 10?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, they play Alabama.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yep, that'll be in there.
Texas K-State.
That'll be in there. Texas.
Wake Forest, NC State. just make sure you get some good games, man.
All right.
Okay.
So you can be in last place next week.
I might just do my homework. So it's not fair that you get to pick off 15.
Well, I'm not doing homework. I'm just picking off display. You know, I'm scheming. I'm scamming down the line, and
That's a lie.
That's another one. I'm not bought with my phone out doing the over under, how many points it takes and all that.
www.wingstop.com, man. Get some of the chicken right now.
This is Lincoln's home for